Thanks to the support as a channel member, Dr. Sayandeep Das. Right, I don't want to alarm anybody, but the media prediction now has us as favourites to win the league this year. I'm starting to feel like there might be a little bit of pressure being applied to do quite well this season. Hello, welcome to part 19 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have two games for you in the National League North. We are at home against Blythe and away against Warrington. Since you were last with me, this is what's been going on. We've been playing pretty well, some pretty decent form, spoiled a little bit by the end of this little run being a 2-1 defeat away against Chorley, but it means the league table is looking like this, and we still don't really have a settled team. You can see the combination of different players who've been scoring goals. I still don't really know who my best striker is. I don't really know who my best centre-back combination is. We are still figuring a lot of things out, but the great thing is, whilst figuring these things out, we're staying in touch with the top of the league. Chorley, the team who did just beat us, are unbeaten at the top of the league. So although it was unfortunate to lose, they are having a very good season. Kidderminster not quite kicking on as much as we all thought they would. So we find ourselves in 5th place, 4 points behind Chorley at the top. And as I mentioned in the intro, excitingly, the media now consider us promotion favourites. The board, thankfully, aren't demanding it. They're still going to be happy with a top half finish. But clearly those transfers we brought in the summer have tickled the interest of the media. What they haven't yet done is gelled, and I think once we see this team cohesion go up, as we saw last year, once that team cohesion ticks over into good and then very good, I think we're going to go on a long winning run. I am confident that we are going to win the league this year, not just get promoted. At this point, I am confident we will win the league this year. Now we just need to make sure we don't mess up in these next two matches. This is the team we're putting out there for the game against Blythe, and really emphasises what I was saying before about how heavily we're rotating, not just because I don't really know who our best team is yet, but also because we've got a few players unavailable through fitness issues and things today. Rhodes, Brown, Donald Thomas, Max Waltman, none of them fully fit, and we're just rotating around a little bit. I think it's important. I think we've probably got 18 to 20 players now who are good enough to be regular starters in a promotion-chasing team. So we've got to make sure we use them all and keep them all happy, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So we're going with Marshall in goal, a back four of Brown, Cullinan, Colvin, and Lewis Brown. Smith out. Sorry, that's Joe Brown at left back, not your usual Alex Brown. He's one of the ones who's unavailable because of fitness. I mean, we've got too many Browns. We've talked about it before. So Joe Brown, Cullinan, Colvin, and Lewis Brown, Smith and Livermore in midfield, and Drucci, McAneff, and Marsh Brown then behind Adedoyin up front, who I think this is Adedoyin's first start for us as we continue to have a look at the different attacking options that we've got. We've brought him off the bench a few times and largely used him out wide or in positions that don't really suit him. He's played 21 minutes of football for us as an advanced forward at the end of the Chorley game, and now he's getting his opportunity to start a match for us. Let's see how good he is. If he's rubbish, we've got Elliott and Mooney both sat there on the bench ready to come on and take his spot, and that is the exciting thing about this squad now. Anytime anyone has anything remotely close to an iffy game or a little bit of tiredness, there's 2 or 3 options ready to come in and take their spot. The difficulty this year, I genuinely think, is going to be keeping this squad happy because we've got such a large squad of high-quality players. Lewis Brown, we've seen him score from here before, and this time it goes off the top of the crossbar. It's quite handy having a right back with a left foot like that who could hit a decent free kick. Would have been nice if he'd have been able to keep it down below the crossbar, but even so, good to see us having a good opportunity early on. What I'd like to do now is grab a goal. Let's, we know the rules. You got to capitalise when you're on top, and we've started this game. I mean, we've not really started it on top, have we? We have 1 free kick, which has given us a bit of an XG boost, and we missed it. But, for the narrative, let's try and score a football goal. Blythe are actually faffing about on the edge of our area. Player completely unmarked there, but luckily Marshall is there to make the save and pushes it behind for the corner. So Blythe with the first corner of the match, or at least the first corner that has been interesting enough to be shown to us in a highlight. Colvin with the header. Not really the headed clearance I'd be looking for there. Kind of headed it straight up in the air and has left us in a little bit of trouble as Blythe looked to continue the attack here. And once again, we're not really closing them down. And Marshall again having to give the corner away. That time, less happy with it because it was straight at him and he's kind of let that spill out of his hands. So it's a corner from the other side now, and Marshall using all of his enormousness to just pluck the ball out of the sky and redeem himself for giving that corner away. We've given Blythe a nice little spell there where they could have grabbed a goal. Now, what we need to do is go and grab our goal just before half time. We haven't done it. It's 0-0. Come on, boys. Pointing the finger. We should be ahead against this lot. We should win every single home game we play this season. I have no qualms about saying that. I think at this point we are a good enough side to expect to win every home game. Right, Andrucci has picked up a knock. So we have Elliott. We could put Adedoyan out wide. We've got Mooney. We could move Marsh Brown onto the other wing. I think what we'll do is move him out there and go for the proven goal scorer up front. Adedoyan can go out onto that side there. McAneff also is looking tired. I know we're only an hour in, but we'll bring Mayer on for McAneff, stick him in there and just try and get a little bit more energy into the attack. We're demanding more because we should be doing better than this. Like I say, we should be winning every home game. And we do struggle sometimes to break down back threes, though. And it's being shown again today. We've not actually had a shot on target yet in this game, which I think probably means it's time for Kelsey Mooney to join the fray as well. Get him on. We're going to go more attacking. I think we are now in a position where we've got to start throwing a few more men forward in these final 10, 15 minutes of home matches because we've got to win them. If we're going to win the league, we can't keep dropping points. This puts us 6 points behind Chorley because it's more dropped points. We don't want to have to do the playoffs. I have such a horrible playoff reputation. That result does not fit in with the narrative I was delivering during the first part of this episode. Well, we need that dynamics to sort itself out quick because what had been a good run of form at the start of the season is now only 1 win in 4 or 2 wins in 6. That's not really promotion form. Come on, boys, sort your lives out. Right, only 3 days have passed, so much change for the Warrington game. Warrington are rock bottom of the league. We should be going there and getting a result today. So 3 changes to the defence. Alex Brown comes back in at left back. Okagbu back in alongside Colvin at centre back, and Rhodes coming back in at right back. Mayer is going to be alongside Livermore in midfield. Thomas comes in to play as the attacking midfielder. McAneff moving out onto the left hand side, and Waltman is going to be the player starting up front for us today, who has scored a couple of goals recently, I think. Hold on. 1 goal in the game against Chorley, so not a couple of goals, but he's the most recent player to score, so he's the one we go with. Marsh Brown keeping his spot on the right-hand side. Pretty much the only settled position that we've got at the moment, and that's very much subject to change because Kelsey Mooney, if he ever gets back in the team, it's likely to be on that right wing. But enough faffing about. It doesn't matter what combination of players we put out there today. Warrington are rubbish. Look, there they are. Rock bottom of the league. We should be scoring 4 or 5 today. This should be an opportunity for Waltman to say, look, I'm going to be a striker for the next 6 games because I've just scored a hat-trick. That's what we're looking for from him today. And if he's not going to do it, someone else needs to come on and do it. Someone needs to grab the bull by the horns and show me that they are the key players that we're going to be going into a run of games with. Because, there's Mayer in with his first ever goal for the club. Maybe that's him saying we're going to use him as an attacking midfielder for a little while, because I think that's what we need to do now. I've spent the last, what is this, game 10 of the season? I think 10 games is enough to get to know my new squad. At some point soon, like really soon, I need to commit to a best 11 and then play that best 11 for half a dozen games and see how they get on and then start tweaking it gently. I know a lot of you probably do it the opposite way and start with a settled team and tweak it slowly from there. I like to do it randomly for the first couple of... My theory is there is method to the madness. If dynamics is messed up anyway, we may as well mess around with the dynamic stuff now so that when dynamics, as in like squad cohesion stuff, is better, then we don't have to mess around with the team cohesion as well, and we can kind of have it all hit at the same time. So we're having a look to see who's good, who's not, and I need to sit down and work out who my 11 is. Right, Marsh Brown is tired and not playing well, so we don't actually have Mooney on the bench today, but Adedoyan can come on and play on that right-hand side. Livermore can come off, and we're going to bring Kobe J. Chong back on in central midfield, give him a rare opportunity this year. And Ryan Colvin is tired as well, so Isaac Rice can come on for him, and we can go back to a more familiar centre-back partnership with club captain Rice coming on for the final 20 minutes or so of this game. Warrington have got a free kick here, and if they score, it is majorly problematic. Luckily, they don't, but 1-0, we should be doing better than 1-0 in this match. 1-0 is not really good enough against a team that are playing as poorly as they are at the start of this season. And I think the reassuring thing, we compare this to last season, you can see that we've not really clicked yet, but we are still up in those playoff spots. Whereas this time last year, when we weren't really clicking, we were worried that we might be in another relegation battle. So I think we've definitely leveled up as a club. We just need to sort ourselves out now. Come on, boys. Let's not be defending in the last 20 minutes or so of this game. We should be 2 or 3 goals up by now. Right. I don't really know I don't know how to translate that into a shout. Do I encourage them? There's always the danger if I encourage them, they're like, we're already winning, you moron. What are you encouraging us to do? I don't want to tell them to concentrate either, because that implies I want them to concentrate on their defending. See, I don't know. I'm just going to leave it. I can't praise them because we're only 1-0 up against the team that are bottom. Ultimately, both of these games, we've not really played very well. But like I say, what's different from last year is we've not really played very well, but we're probably going to come away from that 2 matches of not really playing very well with 4 points. Whereas last season, we'd have come away from that kind of combination of matches with no points. So there is progress being made. We've definitely got a high caliber of player now, but we haven't put on a special performance yet. And I think it's coming. And when it does come, the run comes with it. My focus now goes on to the FA Cup for a little while. I just saw my name on screen. Wouldn't want to be in Kevin Chapman's shoes right now. So many great players to choose from. Molly, you've hit the nail on the head there. Molly, get down in the comments section of the videos. You are very wise. Marshall starts, we protest. Okay, I'll start my first choice keeper, John, you moron. Less respect for John. But if we have a look at the schedule now, my job off camera is to get us into the first round of the FA Cup again, because we need that financial injection, because money, it's a problem, as you can see on there. And then hopefully, if all goes to plan, we get to come back in tomorrow's episode with an FA Cup first round tie and whatever match is near it. If the FA Cup doesn't go to plan, then I think we probably aim to come back around about the Boston game, because Boston, I think, are second favourites for promotion. In fact, Kidderminster have gone back to being promotion favourites again. We've not impressed with our performances today. How have Kidderminster got on across these 2 matches? Kidderminster drew against Hereford, but beat Buxton. So they've done 4 points as well. I think we play them too soon to come back and show you Kidderminster. Yeah, I mean, we need to progress a little faster than that. I'm aiming for Boston, potentially. But we'll see where we end up with the FA Cup. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.